In this video, I want to tell you a little something about the very reason I may seem very outside the box. I have not mentioned it before in my video, or in my channel, I'm sorry. But I was encouraged to explain that me keeping it very real, very simple, but my message strong, because my message is experience-based. But I am also very not only do I not find many of the mainstream videos helpful, but some of them are toxic and some of them are okay. Maybe many viewers, that's part of the problem. And if I wanted many viewers and stuff like that, I would not have made this channel the way I do. However, I do have high functioning autism and ADHD. Yeah, I know. I, for example, do not sit like this. And all that stuff I read about in Wikipedia and Como. I mean, it does not make me not understand things. It's easy to think of it as the best way I can describe it is outside the box thinking. When I've put myself a little out there, as I've done now, I want to make a few things understood as well. And that is, I was tested in by a very well-known neuropsychologist, and I had a score in 90 percentile. That's 100% sure how you pronounce it in English. Not percent, percentile. In analytical and reasoning abilities. And I have always called this my curse and my blessing. Because if you think that's bragging, it's to put it this way, it's very easy to make me think I'm on another planet when I'm trying to explain something, because I use many words when I write, when I talk, to get to a point. So I don't know how many times I have heard, when I start explaining something, oh man, is there a point? Do you have a point? Please get to the point, please. And I'm trying to explain, I need to use all these examples to make you understand the point, but it's there. And they're like, started watching their watch, and I'm starting to become stressed because I know if I don't get to the point, they will fall off. So I continue, and they usually fall off because maybe I'm talking about London and chocolate. And they're thinking he's off-road, he's not on track. But in the ending, which I'm hoping to reach, you will understand. So they fall off, saying I fall off. And I will never get to my point, because what's the point if they have fallen off? To try to make a little better example. Now I still have this story with me, and I realized and I accepted that everything I do, say, and think is outside the box. In some cases, it's a good thing. And I have been encouraged to do not try to how do I say, adjust to the norm, but enforce your thing. So that's basically what I'm doing here. But I'm going to give you an example. When I in the past I was in the Red Cross in a voluntary rescue service. When they're searching for people gone missing, different events, of course, different and to qualify, of course, we needed to go through many hours of education, if you will, first aid, and it was many different things. First aid, how to use, for example, heart stopping. Yeah, that's actually the correct term. But, the electrical thing, make your heart going if it's stopped. Okay, I realize now I should have practiced my script, but I don't have a script, so I didn't have anything to practice. CPR would have been fantastic without machine, and how to talk to people, approach people when they're in shock, everything. So during the classes, the theoretical classes, I was sitting in the back, not because I'm the cool one. I like to sit in the back in the classroom. And when the teacher, whether it was, for example, an instructor, a nurse, would address different subjects, I would very often raise my hand and make a weird question. And they started getting used to it. It was like, yeah. And in the end, it was like, whenever they saw my hand raising, they would first ask, is it very important or relevant? And I was like, of course. And yet, somehow, I always asked a question very outside the box. And for example, it was very normal when I asked a question, that the other students in front of me in the classroom, because it was if I ask a question, they would all turn around and look at me as if I'm like, what? And of course, the reason they were turning their heads is because I was in the back of the classroom. Now, I did not do this to provoke or like distract or anything. It was just some questions I wanted to have answered. I was thinking, I don't think this will end well in my exam. It was during the exam, if you may say so. Long story short, I was just finished with we had these different tasks, different scenarios. For example, in one scenario, a person with a broken leg. In another scenario, was an electrician with an accident related to his job. A third scenario was a car accident, very chaotic. We were being examined that way. Of course, there was also it was much testing. In the end, it was time for the big conclusion. And when I had entered the room with the instructors, I could hear a sound like dudung, 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 dudung. I think it was from me. Was of course nervous. This young man, I think he was an ambulance driver and a nurse. And he said something I have brought with me. He said, okay, I'm going to be 100, he said to me, I'm going to be 100% honest with you. When we have theoretical education or classes, if you will, you have a tendency of asking weird questions that seem honestly stupid. And I was like, yeah. But when we, the instructors, gather afterwards to make a thorough evaluation, we realize we don't really have the answer to your questions. So congratulations on your qualified first aid, and continue asking stupid questions. Oh, my little sunshine story. So that's one thing that's positive. Being outside the box is basically what I just call everything about my very existence. So in a neutral setting, if a psychiatrist told me, "Oh, man, you're from another planet," you would probably get very offended. But I think I would be like, ah, of course, then I understand. So if you're not necessarily in this case ex-smoker, no, sorry, a smoker who wants to become an ex-smoker, but also a little free speech to people out there with ADHD, or I don't know what you call it, or change his names, ADHD, or high functioning autism and ADHD. Focus on the strengths. It's not an illness. It's not. It's definitely not an illness. Anthony Hopkins is a very good example. I wouldn't say Sir Anthony Hopkins. If it's any help to anybody, it's no problem for me to add this to this very channel, because I was thinking, it's not something I've avoided saying, but I was thinking it wasn't so relevant to stop smoking, but maybe somehow it is for the viewer. It's still a very small channel, and I am still keeping it very real. And I have some upcoming videos that require uh, more work, because basically I've been going on 10% of my capacity to focus on a message. Actually, to keep my uh, message pure, but I'm not going mainstream or anything like that. I have to hell no. uh, I will make some shorts and stuff like that, and I will fix those automated subtitles, because they're sometimes like way off, and I really hope that's because they're yeah, that needs to be fixed, because it definitely sometimes way off what I'm really saying in my videos. Yeah, I will be 100% sure that everything I have used as psychological maneuvers and strategies that help me become smoke free will be provided to you as a tool. That is the case. Uh, and so I've been told to make some shorts. That's okay. I need to enter the scrolling society. Is a fucking illness. You know that, right? What do you think that's going to do to your head? And yeah, but I'm not going to use like, I can promise you one thing. Is I'm keeping it real. If I see something very off, I not only do I in other videos from other people, maybe famous people. That's the worst part. If they say something to make money, is a problem, and it's very toxic, and I cannot like tolerate that. Thank you.